In the wild lands of Namibia, among endless dunes, arid plains, and scarce shade, every creature must walk, hunt, and adapt to survive in one of the most unforgiving deserts on Earth. A brutal world where every step could be the last. A ruthless land, deadly predators, and a savage struggle for survival. Wild Namibia. If you're looking forward to discovering more incredible mysteries, don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel and help us bring you more meaningful journeys into the wild. And now, let's begin the journey. Amid the scorched expanses of the Namib, where persistent desert winds sculpt the colossal dunes, the gemsbok moves with a quiet, majestic dignity. This formidable antelope, weighing up to 208 kilograms and standing nearly 1.2 meters tall at the shoulder, is a true masterpiece of evolutionary adaptation. Over millions of years, these animals have developed physical traits designed to withstand the most punishing conditions of this sun-drenched sanctuary. Crowned with long, straight horns measuring between 84 to 119 centimeters that are as sharp as rapiers, the gemsbok possesses a formidable defense system to deter apex predators. In an environment where the annual rainfall is measured in mere inches, survival requires extraordinary physiological mastery. To conserve its precious internal water reserves, the oryx has evolved a remarkable capacity to tolerate elevated body temperatures up to 45 degrees Celsius without triggering perspiration. During severe, dry spells, these antelopes can easily endure weeks without consuming freestanding water, extracting essential hydration from parched grasses and drought-resistant succulent plants. Embracing a crepuscular lifestyle, the gemsbok restricts its activities to the cool corridors of early morning and late afternoon. Under the duress of prolonged drought, herds migrate across the arid wilderness in search of sparse vegetation germinated by fleeting, unpredictable rains. Crucially, a specialized network of blood vessels in their nasal passages acts as a natural heat exchanger, cooling the blood before it reaches the head and protecting the delicate brain from overheating even in the crucible of the desert noon. Roaming this coastal frontier is the highly adaptable black-backed jackal, distinguished by a striking saddle of silver-flecked black fur that stretches elegantly from its shoulders to the tip of its tail. This canine cuts a sharp silhouette against Namibia's pale yellow sands and dark gravel plains. Weighing a modest 6 to 13 kilograms and standing roughly 38 to 48 centimeters tall at the shoulder, what the jackal lacks in physical stature, it more than compensates for with sharp intelligence and nimble agility. Life on the Skeleton Coast is a perpetual race against hunger, and the jackal has mastered the art of opportunistic survival. It frequently patrols the bustling Cape Fur seal colonies, searching for vulnerable newborn pups or feeding on nutrient-rich marine remains. By exploiting an incredibly diverse diet that ranges from fresh catches and insects to seasonal fruits and carrion, this resilient predator plays a vital ecological role as a scavenger, cleansing the shoreline and maintaining ecological equilibrium. Their relentless search for sustenance knows no rest. During the long, frigid coastal nights, a single jackal can cover up to 50 kilometers over dunes and rocky outcrops, its silent footsteps tracing the edge of life in this beautiful yet unforgiving landscape. The dromedary, or single-humped camel, is not an indigenous inhabitant of Namibia. Rather, it was introduced by human settlers as a durable pack animal to transport goods across the arid expanses. Because its presence in this ancient ecosystem is the result of human utility rather than native evolutionary processes, the dromedary lacks any historical relationship with Namibia's endemic predators, plant communities, or competing herbivores. This disconnect places unprecedented ecological pressure on a natural system that was never structurally adapted to handle it. The dromedary possesses legendary desert endurance, capable of surviving without water for up to 7 days during the intense heat of summer, and traveling effortlessly through hyper-arid zones that native species are forced to avoid during dry periods. Contrary to popular belief, the camel's hump does not store liquid water. Instead, it consists of concentrated fat reserves that are metabolized into vital energy and metabolic water during times of scarcity. However, when these non-native camels graze on local vegetation and drink from sparse water sources, they directly deplete resources that indigenous wildlife rely on, escalating survival pressures on native herbivores during the harsh, dry season. This ecological stress is further compounded by expanding human activities, such as the construction of roads, fences, water pipelines, and mineral extraction sites. These artificial structures fracture the contiguous desert landscape, erecting impassable physical barriers that disrupt ancient migration corridors and prevent native animals from accessing the seasonal resources they need to survive. The black rhinoceros is a selective browser, harvesting food from more than 200 distinct plant species with a preference for the tough leaves, young branches, and fibrous bark of low, thorny shrubs. By focusing on these woody, resilient plants, its dietary niche overlaps minimally with those of other large herbivores, dramatically reducing direct competitive pressure in a landscape where food is scarce. Remarkably, the black rhinoceros can survive without drinking surface water for 3 to 5 consecutive days, successfully meeting its hydration needs by extracting moisture from succulent vegetation and strictly limiting its activity during the hottest hours. This physiological tolerance offers a major survival advantage in Namibia, where natural water holes are widely and unevenly scattered. Despite its immense weight, which ranges between 1,750 and 3,100 pounds, this prehistoric-looking mammal possesses surprising agility, capable of accelerating to speeds of approximately 34 miles per hour over short distances. This explosive power is highly effective for launching sudden, intimidating countercharges against potential predators when cornered. The rhino's iconic horn is composed entirely of densely packed keratin fibers, the same structural protein found in human fingernails, and is not fused to the underlying skull bone, growing instead from specialized dermal tissue on the snout. The prominent front horn is the longer of the two, averaging 20 to 35 inches in length, and serves as a vital tool for territorial disputes and defense. Because this horn grows continuously throughout the animal's lifetime at an average rate of approximately 2 inches per year, it can regenerate after wear or damage, ensuring the rhino always maintains its primary defensive tool. Tragically, this remarkable feature is also its greatest vulnerability. The black rhinoceros horn has been valued on illegal markets at prices exceeding its weight in gold, driving relentless, devastating poaching pressures even within heavily patrolled conservation sanctuaries. Meanwhile, traversing the vast golden sands under the searing sun, the springbok employs its own elegant strategies for desert survival. Standing between 71 to 86 centimeters tall and weighing a nimble 30 to 45 kilograms, this striking antelope is adorned with a vibrant coat of cinnamon brown, pristine white, and deep black. Along its spine lies a specialized pocket of white fur that can unfold and stand erect like a bright signal flag, alerting the herd to approaching danger or simply radiating pure physical exuberance. The springbok's resilience in this parched environment is nothing short of miraculous. They can thrive for weeks and occasionally months without directly drinking water. Instead, they extract critical moisture from dry grasses and hardy succulents. By feeding primarily under the cover of night when ambient humidity rises, they exploit the natural moisture retention properties of the desert flora. The springbok is perhaps most famous for its spectacular leaping display, known as pronking, an Afrikaans term meaning to show off. With stiffened, straight limbs, they can bound up to 2 meters into the air in a series of breathtaking, elastic leaps. This dynamic behavior serves as an honest signal of fitness to predators, a warning to the herd, and a beautiful expression of collective vitality. Guided by the rhythm of the seasons, these herds traverse vast distances, chasing the scent of distant rain to graze on the sudden bounty of lush green pastures. The cheetah is renowned as the ultimate sprinter of the animal kingdom, capable of reaching an astonishing top speed of approximately 70 miles per hour, faster than any other land mammal on Earth. This explosive velocity allows the predator to rapidly close the distance to its target and execute a decisive takedown strike before the prey has any chance to alter its course. Every facet of the cheetah's anatomy is meticulously engineered for rapid acceleration. An elongated sternum, a highly flexible spine that acts like a spring, and semi-non-retractable claws that function like athletic cleats to grip the shifting desert soil. This specialized design represents an evolutionary trade-off, sacrificing raw muscular strength and climbing agility for peerless aerodynamic speed. In the build-up to an attack, the cheetah stalks its prey by keeping its body low to the ground and moving silently from a downwind direction to mask its scent. The ideal launch distance for its high-speed charge is typically between 65 and 110 yards, From the initial burst of acceleration to the final takedown, the entire chase concludes in a mere 20 to 30 seconds. If the prey manages to evade capture within this brief window, the cheetah aborts the chase, unable to sustain the intense cardiovascular strain. Following a successful hunt, the exhausted cat requires 15 to 20 minutes of complete rest to lower its soaring heart rate and stabilize its body temperature before it can begin to feed. During this vulnerable recovery window, opportunistic competitors like hyenas and lions frequently approach and aggressively steal the carcass, forcing the defenseless cheetah to retreat and leaving it with no energetic return for its immense physical investment. Because each sprint is highly taxing, the cheetah does not hunt daily. It initiates a pursuit only when its internal energy reserves fall below a critical threshold. To conserve valuable moisture and prevent overheating, the cheetah remains completely motionless in the shade during the hottest hours of the day, reducing water loss from respiration. This sedentary behavior is not passive laziness, but rather an active, calculated strategy for metabolic and thermal preservation. The majestic Angolan giraffe towers between 18 and 20 feet tall, a vertical advantage that allows it to reach lush foliage at elevations far beyond the grasp of any other herbivore in the desert ecosystem. It feeds on strips of bark, tender leaves, and fresh branches using an extraordinary prehensile tongue. Measuring approximately 18 inches in length, this tongue is cloaked in thick, muscular tissue and viscous saliva that easily resist the piercing punctures of sharp thorns. By exploiting the high canopy of acacia and mopane trees, the giraffe operates in a feeding zone free from direct competition, securing a food source that is far more stable and less contested than the heavily grazed ground-level vegetation where dozens of species compete simultaneously. Despite their impressive stature, survival remains a delicate balance. Young calves and isolated individuals are the preferred targets for lurking lions and leopards. While the massive body of a fully grown adult reduces the frequency of predatory attempts, it does not guarantee complete immunity. To defend itself, an adult giraffe can deliver a devastating blow with its hind legs, generating an estimated kick force of approximately 2,000 pounds, enough to easily fracture the jaw or shatter the skull of an attacking lion. This immense force is a product of the animal's massive skeletal weight and the wide, sweeping arc of its long stride, rather than any specialized muscular adaptation. However, this extreme height introduces a severe physical vulnerability at water sources. To drink, the giraffe must awkwardly splay its front legs wide or bend its knees to lower its head to the water's surface. In this compromised position, the body cannot react quickly, and the precious seconds required to stand and flee are significantly longer than under normal conditions. Because a giraffe must constantly seek massive volumes of foliage to satisfy its daily metabolic requirements, it cannot remain stationary. It must continuously traverse multiple feeding grounds. Every passage through low shrubbery or dense terrain that restricts its line of sight increases the risk of an ambush. While vertical height offers an unparalleled observation range across the flat desert plains, it creates a dangerous physiological bottleneck at the water's edge, turning every drink into a calculated, high-stakes trade-off between vital hydration and lethal vulnerability. The striking black and white stripe pattern of the Hartmann's mountain zebra is not merely aesthetic. It serves as a sophisticated thermoregulatory device, creating a micro-temperature gradient between the contrasting stripes that generates tiny, cooling air currents across the skin's surface in extreme desert heat. Furthermore, when a herd moves collectively, these bold stripes overlap in the visual field of a distant predator, creating a dizzying motion dazzle that disrupts the predator's ability to isolate a single target. Anatomically, the leg bones of the Hartmann's mountain zebra are structured with specialized joint angles designed to distribute heavy impact forces across jagged, uneven stone. Their hooves are significantly thicker and harder than those of Plains zebra subspecies, offering an exceptional grip on smooth or steeply angled rock faces without losing traction. Consequently, the Hartmann's mountain zebra can traverse steep granite slopes with an agility that lions and hyenas simply cannot match, utilizing the rugged montane terrain as both a secure home and an effective natural barrier against low-lying plains predators. Their robust digestive system is capable of processing tough, dry grasses, fibrous roots, and high cellulose plant material that other herbivores find impossible to digest efficiently. This metabolic flexibility opens up a wider range of food sources, greatly reducing competition with other species. Living in cohesive family groups of 5 to 12 individuals, they rely on a dominant adult male who continuously samples the wind and scans the horizon for danger. The moment a threat is identified, an alert signal ripples through the herd within seconds. When forced to cross open terrain, the overlapping patterns of the running herd confuse the visual processing systems of predators, making it incredibly difficult to target individual bodies within the moving mass. On flat ground, the Hartmann's mountain zebra can reach impressive speeds of 34 to 40 miles per hour, sustaining this pace long enough to outrun most pursuits. When combined with their mastery of mountainous escape routes, this speed provides a diverse array of defensive options that no predator can easily counter, allowing them to maintain a stable population in a habitat where few other large species can endure. The Skeleton Coast, where the burning sands of the Namib meet the frigid waters of the Benguela Current, creates a hauntingly beautiful marine desert interface. Far from being a desolate wasteland, this shoreline is a crucible of raw, energetic life. Scattered with historic shipwrecks, rusting monuments to perilous maritime journeys, the coast possesses a melancholic charm that conceals a rich and complex ecosystem. The cold Benguela Current, originating from the icy depths of the Antarctic, plays a vital role in defining this environment. It generates heavy, rolling blankets of sea fog that drift up to 30 meters inland, acting as a cool shroud that delivers life-sustaining moisture to specialized coastal flora and fauna. In stark contrast to the parched sands, colossal breeding colonies of Cape Fur seals thrive along these rocky shores. In places, these marine mammals gather in immense, clamorous congregations numbering up to 300,000 individuals. Domineering the rocky beaches are massive bulls weighing up to 350 kilograms, while the far smaller females, weighing between 40 to 80 kilograms, diligently raise their vulnerable pups against the crashing surf. The delicate survival of this species is intimately linked to the nutrient-rich Benguela current. However, escalating threats from climate change and human encroachment have placed these seals on the IUCN Red List as near threatened. Today, initiatives such as the Skeleton Coast Brown Hyena Project work tirelessly to monitor and protect these coastal sentinels, safeguarding their wild heritage. Nourished by the nutrient-rich upwelling of the Benguela Current, the rocky fringes of the Skeleton Coast provide an abundant banquet for specialized avian life. Standing in bold contrast against the pale sands and dark volcanic rocks is the African black oystercatcher, a bird defined by its striking jet-black plumage. Its brilliant crimson-orange beak and legs appear like vivid brushstrokes on a monochrome canvas, reflecting an ancient evolutionary connection to this dynamic intertidal zone. Having occupied these shores for millennia, this species has become a vital indicator of coastal health. During low tide, the oystercatcher uses its highly specialized, blade-like beak to pry open tightly sealed mussels, extract oysters, and hunt marine worms with surgical precision. Beyond being a rich foraging ground, the coast serves as a fragile nursery. During the breeding season from September to April, pairs establish simple nests directly on the exposed sandy beaches or gravel shores. However, these nesting sites are highly vulnerable to the fury of coastal storms, surging waves, and land-based predators. Consequently, reproductive success is exceptionally low. Females lay only 1 to 3 eggs, and on average, only a single chick survives to adulthood every 3 to 4 years. While nesting adults rarely venture more than 9 meters from their immediate territory, the adventurous young oystercatchers embark on local migrations of up to 1,200 meters, eventually returning to their ancestral nesting grounds after a few years to continue this enduring cycle of life. Further offshore, the turbulent waters of Namibia's coast bear witness to the breathtaking aerial mastery and precarious survival of the Cape Gannet. The flat, wind-swept rocky plateaus of isolated islands, such as Mercury, Icabo, and Possession, serve as vital breeding sanctuaries. Here, thousands of pairs construct their nests in incredibly dense colonies, utilizing the strength of numbers to deter predatory birds. The Cape Gannet's breeding cycle begins during the cool winter months, when parents share the responsibility of incubating a single egg for approximately 42 days. Once hatched, the chick is nurtured for 90 to 105 days before fledging and embarking on a challenging, independent life on the open ocean. The Cape Gannet is renowned for its spectacular, high-speed plunge diving. Spotting prey from great heights, they fold their wings and plummet into the sea at speeds reaching up to 100 kilometers per hour, piercing the waves like living spears to capture lipid-rich sardines and anchovies. Their long, narrow wings are aerodynamic masterpieces, allowing them to glide effortlessly for hundreds of miles, sometimes journeying up to 200 kilometers out to sea, riding atmospheric wind currents to conserve precious energy. Regrettably, this remarkable biological design cannot protect them from anthropogenic threats. Overfishing and environmental shifts have severely depleted their primary food stocks. In a tragic span of just 50 years, from the 1950s to 2000, the Namibian breeding population of Cape gannets collapsed from 114,600 pairs to a mere 18,200 pairs, a catastrophic decline of 84%. This devastating loss led the IUCN to officially classify the species as endangered in 2017, highlighting the urgent need for marine conservation. Along the southwestern coastline of Africa, where the wild and unforgiving skeleton coast meets the sea, the Cape cormorant has established its ancient breeding grounds. Rugged coastal rock formations and isolated, wave-swept islands serve as natural fortresses of stone. Here, immense, clamorous colonies of Cape cormorants nest in dense clusters, leveraging the safety of collective vigilance to ward off predators in this incredibly harsh environment. Reaching an adult length of 76 to 86 centimeters, these birds are adorned with jet-black plumage that gleams with an exquisite emerald and deep blue sheen under the equatorial sun, painting a striking, mysterious silhouette against the stark coastal backdrop. Over millennia, the hunting skills of the Cape cormorant have been refined into a showcase of evolutionary efficiency. They plunge into the icy, nutrient-rich depths of the ocean with remarkable agility and pinpoint accuracy, targeting schools of small pelagic fish, particularly sardines and anchovies, which form the bedrock of their diet. Yet, even their finely honed predatory prowess cannot shield them from modern ecological crises. The Cape cormorant currently faces a devastating decline in its primary food supply, a direct consequence of the intensive commercial overfishing of the pelagic species they depend upon. Recognizing this dramatic shift, the IUCN has listed the Cape cormorant as endangered, reflecting a severe population contraction over recent decades. Today, targeted conservation initiatives focusing on marine habitat protection and sustainable fishery management represent the last, vital hope to rescue these dark sentinels of the coast from the brink of silence. Further animating this coastal wilderness is the African penguin, Africa's sole native penguin species. These charismatic birds form dense vocal colonies on the offshore islands nestled between Namibia and South Africa, with populations currently estimated at around 5,300 breeding pairs in Namibia and 13,200 pairs in South Africa. Standing between 61 to 71 centimeters tall and weighing a delicate 2.2 to 3.5 kilograms, they present a beautiful contrast with their solid black backs and pristine white bellies. A distinctive black band arcs across their chest, creating a stark visual interplay of shadow and light against the shimmering ocean. Like a gallery of living art, the unique patterns of black spots on each penguin's belly are entirely individual, functioning much like human fingerprints to give every bird its own distinct identity. These birds rely heavily on steady schools of sardines and anchovies for sustenance. However, when these pelagic resources shift or dwindle, the local food web experiences profound disruptions. Further inland, where the desert gives way to scrubland, a different master of survival reigns, the African leopard. This stealthy predator, weighing between 30 to 80 kilograms, is capable of leaping across a distance of 6 meters in a seamless flash to deliver a swift, fatal bite to the neck. Having secured its prize, the leopard utilizes its immense upper body strength to quietly drag the heavy carcass high into the safety of the tree canopy, far from the reach of terrestrial competitors like lions and spotted hyenas. Sharing these semi-arid landscapes is the prehistoric southwestern black rhinoceros, a critically rare subspecies that finds sanctuary across Namibia, particularly within the protected confines of the Orindi Private Game Reserve. Well adapted to habitats ranging from desolate deserts to dry savannas, their population currently stands at approximately 2,583 individuals and is classified as near threatened by the IUCN. While primarily solitary, these ancient giants display fascinating social interactions when converging around precious waterholes. Males establish loose, non-territorial home ranges, while protective females remain closely bonded with their growing calves. Spanning an impressive expanse of over 22,274 square kilometers, Etosha National Park stands as one of Namibia's most breathtaking ecological sanctuaries. This vast landscape is a realm of endless wonder, shifting seamlessly from sweeping savanna grasslands and dense mopane woodlands to shimmering arid plains. At the very heart of Etosha lies its namesake pond, an immense salt-crusted basin covering 4,765 square kilometers. Once a prehistoric lake fed by ancient rivers, the pan is now a dry, white expanse of clay, where water returns only during fleeting, seasonal rains. When these rare deluges arrive, they breathe miraculous life back into the parched basin, transforming the barren flats into a vibrant oasis that draws thousands of migratory birds, including spectacular flocks of pink flamingos. Yet, as the dry season returns, the pan reverts to its desolate, shimmering state, leaving behind only scattered, natural waterholes. During the dry months from May to October, these watering points become the pulsating heart of the park, where an entire ecosystem of 114 mammal species and over 400 bird species must gather and compete in a dramatic struggle for survival. Among these visitors are Etosha's legendary African bush elephants, affectionately dubbed ghost elephants. This poetic moniker arises from their habit of wallowing in the mineral-rich, white clay, leaving their massive bodies coated in a protective, chalky dust. This layer of mud serves a vital dual purpose, acting as a natural sunscreen to regulate their body temperature and forming a barrier against biting insects. As the tallest of their kind on the continent, these giants stand between 3 to 4 meters tall at the shoulder and can weigh up to an astonishing 6,800 kilograms. Living in tight-knit matriarchal family groups led by the oldest, wisest female, they travel vast distances across the parched landscape, while the females and their calves remain bound by deep social ties. Mature bulls lead solitary lives or form loose bachelor groups. consuming up to 272 kilograms of vegetation daily, ranging from dry grasses to bark and seasonal fruits. These giants rely heavily on the park's waterholes. At the height of the dry season, they converge upon these precious pools, with the largest bulls dominating the waterholes during the intense heat of midday, turning the parched salt pan into an essential corridor of life. As the breeding season arrives, the quiet waterways of the Kunene River and the Caprivi floodplain are transformed by the arrival of the great egret. These elegant birds gather in dense, bustling rookeries, nestled within the branches of riparian trees. During these breeding months, their yellow bills flush with a vibrant lime green hue, and delicate, lacy, ornamental plumes cascade down their backs to attract mates. Although typically solitary hunters, they willingly trade their isolation for the safety and social structure of large nesting colonies. Standing up to 91 centimeters tall with a majestic wingspan of nearly 1.5 meters, the great egret is a patient and deadly predator. They stand completely motionless in the shallow water, their pristine white plumage reflecting the bright African sun, while their dark legs blend into the submerged reeds. With eyes locked onto the water, they wait for the slightest ripple before striking with the speed of a coiled spring, their dagger-like bill piercing the water to snatch fish, frogs, or aquatic insects. Sharing these rich wetlands is the imposing marabou stork, a massive bird standing up to 1.5 meters tall with an immense wingspan of nearly 2.9 meters. With its bald head, dark cloak-like wings, and slow, deliberate gait, this bird has long been known as the Undertaker bird. During the breeding season, these storks also adopt a communal lifestyle, building large, messy nests high in the canopy alongside herons and egrets. Out in the wild, marabou storks are highly efficient scavengers, arriving at carcasses to compete with vultures for scraps. Yet, they are also formidable hunters in their own right, wading through the shallows to capture fish and small vertebrates with a single, decisive snap of their massive bills. Flowing like a vibrant green ribbon through Namibia's hyper-arid northern landscapes, the Kunene River and the lush Caprivi floodplain serve as invaluable lifelines for countless species. Originating in the high woodlands of Angola, the Kunene River carves its way across the border before emptying into the Atlantic Ocean, bringing life-giving waters to a parched desert wilderness. Along these fertile riverbanks and seasonally flooded grasslands, the African jacana moves with effortless grace, seemingly walking on water. Equipped with extraordinarily long legs and wide, splayed toes, they distribute their weight perfectly across the floating lily pads. Beyond its striking appearance, the African jacana is famous for its unique polyandrous breeding system, where dominant females mate with multiple males. Once the eggs are laid, the female departs, leaving the dedicated fathers to build floating nests of vegetation, incubate the eggs, and raise the vulnerable chicks in this dynamic wetland environment. Foraging on aquatic insects, small crustaceans, and mollusks. These birds can also be seen picking parasites directly from the backs of wallowing buffalo and hippopotamuses. When threatened by aerial predators, the jacana displays a clever survival tactic, submerging its entire body beneath the water's surface, leaving only its slender bill exposed to breathe until danger passes. Inhabiting the deep channels of these vital waterways is the semi-aquatic giant of the African continent, the hippopotamus, weighing between 1,000 to 2,000 kilograms and standing 1.3 to 1.4 meters tall. Their thick, virtually hairless skin requires constant immersion in water to prevent dehydration and sunburn under the intense African sun. Yet, even these colossal survivors are facing unprecedented challenges as climate change reshapes the Namibian landscape. According to a 2023 report from the Namibian Environmental Ministry, average temperatures have risen by 1.5 degrees Celsius over the past 50 years, triggering longer, more severe droughts. As rivers and wetlands shrink, crucial food and water sources disappear, forcing elephants, buffalo, and roan antelopes to travel perilous distances and sparking intense competition between species. Compounding these climate struggles is severe habitat fragmentation. Urban expansion and agricultural development have severed ancient migratory corridors, with the Namibia Nature Foundation reporting in 2024 that over 30% of wildlands have been converted into farms and settlements. Restricted in their movements, rare species like the cheetah and black rhino are increasingly confined to isolated reserves. Furthermore, the shadow of poaching still looms dark. Despite advanced GPS tracking and intense government surveillance, the illegal trade in ivory and rhino horn persists. Statistics from the World Wildlife Fund in 2024 show that approximately 50 rhinos are still lost to poaching annually in Namibia alone. As a result, the populations of iconic wetland birds like the African jacana and great egret continue to decline, leaving a profound question hanging over the future of this changing wilderness. Stretching over 1,200 meters along the windswept Namibian coast, the Namib Desert emerges as a striking canvas where pristine beauty and unyielding harshness intertwine. For over 55 million years, this ancient expanse, widely recognized as one of the oldest deserts on Earth, has stood as an eternal, silent witness to the passage of epochs, observing the endless ballet of shifting sand and persistent wind. Here, colossal crimson dunes towering over 350 meters high rise like monumental natural barriers, constantly reshaped by the invisible hands of atmospheric currents. While the topography transforms daily, the desert's extreme climate remains relentless. Sossusvlei and Deadliest stand as stark monuments to natural evolution and historical change. Where vibrant life once flourished, now only the ghostly, skeletal remains of camelthorn trees, desiccated and dead for over 900 years, stand frozen against the sun-bleached clay. Yet, even in this crucible, life devises ingenious biological strategies. The remarkable Namib Desert beetle, though deceptively small, possesses the extraordinary evolutionary adaptation of capturing life-sustaining moisture from the rolling morning fog upon its specialized hydrophobic back. This elegant biomechanical marvel has not only ensured the beetle's survival, but has also inspired advanced biomimetic water harvesting technologies designed to aid arid regions across the globe. These fertile river corridors and lush floodplains also support the rare roan antelope, a magnificent species distinguished by its rich reddish-brown coat, prominent ears, and striking black and white facial markings. Both sexes carry backward-curving, heavily ridged horns that serve as powerful defensive weapons, though those of the dominant bulls are noticeably thicker and longer. Roaming in fluid herds of 5 to 15 individuals, and occasionally up to 35, they are led by an experienced master bull who vigorously defends them from predators. Younger, non-dominant males gather in peaceful bachelor herds until they are strong enough to challenge for herd leadership in dramatic, head-butting horn duels that are rarely fatal. Where the waterlogged grasslands meet the open sky, the Caprivi floodplain becomes a haven for the African wild buffalo. These massive herbivores gather in vast, thundering herds that can number in the thousands during the rainy season, moving along the riverbanks like a single dark tide. Reaching lengths of up to 3.4 meters and weighing between 422 to 862 kilograms, the buffalo is a force of pure muscle and bone. Their heavy, curved horns fuse across the forehead to form a thick, protective shield known as a boss. This formidable defense, combined with their fierce collective loyalty, makes them incredibly dangerous to attack, easily deterring lions and hyenas. As dedicated grazers, their continuous movement across the floodplains plays a vital role in recycling nutrients and maintaining the ecological health of the grasslands. In response to these profound environmental challenges, pioneering conservation initiatives are paving the way for a brighter future. Namibia stands as a global leader in community-based conservation, with over 43% of its national territory managed directly by local communities as communal conservancies. This visionary program empowers residents to manage their local wildlife sustainably, directly sharing in the economic benefits of responsible ecotourism. Consequently, populations of vulnerable species like elephants and desert-adapted lions have shown a remarkable recovery within these protected zones. To further mitigate human-wildlife conflict, the innovative Lion Ranger program was launched in 2018. This initiative trains local community members to monitor lion prides using satellite telemetry and early warning systems, while the construction of predator-proof enclosures protects livestock from nocturnal predators. Parallel efforts are also underway to restore fragile wetland ecosystems along the Kunene River and the Caprivi floodplain, securing critical habitats against the impacts of climate change. The success of these programs is beautifully illustrated by the recovery of the elephant populations in the northern conservancies and the Kunene region, once devastated by poaching and war in the 1980s. These magnificent herds have triumphantly returned. Each of us holds the power to support these vital conservation efforts by making simple, conscious choices, such as reducing plastic waste, conserving water, and supporting ethically sourced products. We can help protect these fragile ecosystems. Sharing stories and raising awareness about endangered wildlife on social media can inspire global action. If you have ever been captivated by the majestic red dunes of Namibia, please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, helping to inspire others to preserve this irreplaceable natural heritage. Please consider showing your support by liking, subscribing, and ringing the notification bell to join us on more extraordinary journeys, or continue exploring the dramatic survival stories of the African wilderness in our featured wildlife documentaries, including wild savanna survival stories from the heart of Africa and Masai Mara, secrets of Africa's fiercest hunters.